So we have a guest today, Eric Grayson, and he is a film historian, and he has an event coming up at Garfield Park where he's going to show an old World War II training video. Tell us, Eric, how and why did you become a film historian?
Well, I always tell people that I have a problem with my brain, which is why I became a film historian. But really, we can blame it on Sammy Terry, because I used to watch Sammy Terry every week. Now, this is not the Sammy Terry that you guys know, but the old Sammy Terry, the old school, as you would say.
Yes.
The original.
Mm-hmm.
So were you trying to preserve his films? I mean,
Those were actually the first ones that I got, were the ones that I'd seen on Sammy Terry, and then I expanded into other things. And I specialize in things that you're not going to find any other place. That's my goal, is to find things that are a little off the beaten path, the things that the archives don't care about, the things that I think need to be preserved that nobody else cares about.
tell us a little bit about this event at Garfield Park.
Well, it's part of an ongoing series that we have once a month, and this will be the 14th at 7 o'clock. And what this is Diary of a Sergeant from 1946, which is a training film with Harold Russell. Harold Russell, during D-Day of 1944, lost both of his hands in a dynamite accident. And the accident was that somebody gave him some dynamite that was defective, and it blew off his hands. Now, you feel sorry for him, and you should feel sorry for him, but he lived up until he was almost 90. He learned to use the hooks for his hands, and this film is a plea for everybody to give money to the Army and to the recovery effort after the war, because they said, we have a lot of veterans who are wounded and a lot of people who are coming back, and they need our money to take care of them. And so this was how they were going to try and raise money for it. It's a really interesting film. It's not grisly, there's no blood, there's no guts. I guess that may turn off some people, but there's no blood or guts or anything like that. It's just an interesting way of looking at the history of what this is about. It's a celebration of Veterans Day.
He won an Oscar, didn't he?
He won an Oscar for the best years of our lives in 1946 after this film was released, and in the Army's wisdom, they thought for Diary of a Sergeant that he was too bad of an actor and he had too thick of an accent, so they did not use his voice in it, and yet he won the Best Actor Oscar. He had a career in Hollywood for the next 30 years. He was on things like China Beach and things like that, way up into the 90s.
Tell us a little bit about this. You were on screen too, weren't you?
Yes, I'm on screen in a documentary being made by Tony Carey and Nick Palazzo. Yeah, I never looked that good. That's all kind of science fiction.
He's rescuing the film.
Yeah, if I looked that good, I really probably wouldn't need to be rescuing film. But anyway, the whole deal on that is that I have, in fact, rescued film out of dumpsters many times, because people say, I'm going to throw this away. If you don't take this, it's going to go out. And sometimes people will say, this smells like vinegar. It smells like an old salad. Well, I don't do that. I try and save them. That's why I have camphor, which I passed around for you guys earlier. And camphor is a plasticizer that helps retard vinegar syndrome. As one of you said, it smells like Vicks.
Like Vicks, yeah.
And camphor is one of the components of Vicks. And that helps keep film from deteriorating and dying. So my whole house smells like vinegar and Vicks.
Did you use that on this?
Yes. I did use that on this. This is exactly what I do. I don't run video, I run real film. And this is, in fact, real movie film. This is a 1924. This actual piece is from 1924. It is the best print in the world of a movie called Frogland. And I didn't bring the training film that we're going to run, and the reason I didn't bring it is it's too heavy. But this is light enough that I could kind of throw it in the car. And this is something that I saved with some camphor, and it worked out pretty well. This is going to go to the Library of Congress in a few months, and they're going to make a copy of it.
And you're a consultant there?
Yes, I have consulted with them a number of times, and they have about 8 of my films right now that they're using to copy right now, because I told them that here are some things that you probably want, and they looked through it and they said, yeah, send those. So
Very cool.
they're being copied and preserved right now. So
you're kind of like a historian as well. I mean,
yes,
you're preserving.
I do all kinds of history. I write about things. I have had articles printed in the journal for the Indiana Historical Society. I work with Gene Stratton Porter's family, Gene Stratton Porter, the Indiana author. I preserve and save some of her films. So yeah, there are all kinds of different things I do. And basically you have to do that if you're in my business, because people say, okay, well, you want to run a film? Yeah. Okay, well, you got to tell me about the film, so I have to understand about the film. I have to understand how to preserve it, I have to understand how to show it, and I have to know the history on it, and I have to be adept at all the different ways of getting that across to an audience, or else I get a lot of hipsters sitting back there going, dude, like, this is totally boring. I totally don't want to see this. And if I do that, then I've lost them. So I always try to be interesting.
So do you always run films at Garfield Park?
Always run film, never video, and it's always something that's a little offbeat. We run silence and early talkies and things like that, up to some Technicolor epics. We ran The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad in Technicolor. So I specialize in different and weird color processes too. That's one of my favorite things. So any kind of different color process that you've ever seen, like Cinecolor or Technicolor or Eastman color, I know all those and how they're different and that sort of thing.
Well, it sounds like you know your stuff. So if we wanted to go, if the audience wanted to go, you said that you do it once a month or once a year?
It's once a month at the Garfield Park Art Center, and it's part of Garfield Park. It's right next to the little amphitheater. It's not a little amphitheater, it's the big amphitheater where they run all the Shakespeare plays in the summer. So if you can find that, you can find the Art Center. And we run indoors, so there's no mosquitoes and no snow. So that's once a month, and it's usually the second or third Saturday in every month. And we run an old film. It's called the Vintage Movie Night.
Nice. So if you guys want to go and see this Vintage Movie Night, see a little bit of history, you got to check it out. So we also have a little bit of history with the old Shadeland Antique Mall, and little Jimmy is giving away $50 Christmas gifts, cool stuff. You said that you had bought some cool films
I have
from
been there and bought stuff there, so I need to sign up for that myself.
Yes. So stay tuned to learn how to win this $50. And with Christmas coming up, get a little help, extra help. So